Plenty of room to store the tractor. I got the lawnmower, the four-wheeler, all kinds of space to get in and out. I can still use the back sliding door. Kitty, baby, this wasn't gonna be a kitty video. This is one of those tough guy videos where a lot of men are like, yeah, oh yeah, that's good, Lester, that's good. And now Peter, this kitty's gonna ruin everything. But I'm gonna pick up this kitty. Lester, that's good. That looks good, Lester, right there. That's a man's video. This is a man's video. I'm gonna share this with all my guy friends. I'm gonna share this with all my guy friends. No, you're not. All right, I love you, kitty. Now hop on down. I got my shirt all kittied up. Oh no. I'm wearing my shirt backwards. Okay, we're back to a man's video. This is a man's video. Boy, wears his shirt backwards. That's right. That's right. That's a man's video right there. A man gonna wear his shirt backwards, do his farm work with the shirt on backwards. Morning, folks. Lester here. And today, I'm getting over here to Longhorn Lester's quite early. Hello, girls. Oh, my goodness. They want some loving so bad. I've come up early because I want to get some jobs done inside the shop here. You all know that over time, if you don't just constantly maintain and take care of your stuff, you can slowly begin to accumulate just a mess, a junk pile. Now, these are all good tools and things that I use on a very regular basis, but I've gotten sloppy, I've gotten lazy. I've begun to kind of throw stuff on the shelves here and there. And last weekend, Jamie was here and she had let me know. And as you can see, things are starting to kind of slowly fall apart. I mean, I have cat food in the back of the boat and I just have stuff stacked everywhere. And so I'm going to come in this morning and go ahead and get some things straightened up and cleaned up. I'm trying to hit it early. The shop does warm up pretty good. Even though we have the big fan that I blow throughout the day, I just want to get some things done inside here and cleaned up a little bit. And so I'll be doing that first thing this morning. I've also peeked out the door over here. I'm going to go ahead and move the boat back to the garage where it belongs to make and clear up. Look at all this mess I have just stacked everywhere. Good morning, kitties. Hello, sweet kitty cats. Good morning, sweet babies. I also noticed over here, I have an ostrich who has lost his way home. He's lost his way and he can't find his way back to the house. All of the goats and he, is that Tat? No, that's Charlie. That's Tat right here. That's Tat who's making fun of him. Tat's not going to leave Dad's side. That would be our sweet Charlie. Charlie, baby. So, you've been running that fence all night, haven't you? Charlie has come through over there at the open gate. I want you to walk down the fence line. I want you to walk that way. Keep going, keep going. Move, little goat. Keep going that way, baby. Don't circle around. Don't circle around, Charlie. Do not circle around. Go back the way you came, Charlie. Oh, my gosh. Sometimes, for big old pretty birds, they can sure be dumb. Charlie, don't go in the corner. I don't want to carry you. You're too big to carry. There you go. Keep on running. Baby, guys, I'm going to have a bad feeling this is going to go on for a while. Walk right down the fence line. That's the way we do it. We walk right down the fence line. There you go. Keep walking. Keep walking, baby. You're almost there. You're over halfway there. Don't turn back towards me. Don't turn this way, Charlie. You're going the right way. You're right there. Oh, my God. You did it, Charlie. Look at Tat like, you big doofus. You're a dummy. You're dumb. You should have just came the whole time and followed me, you big doofus. That's Tat saying that. I wouldn't ever say that. And there's Mama. There comes Mama to see what's going on, what all the commotion's about. Well, here comes Tex and family up towards the fence. They're thinking I want to give them an early morning snack. Guys, it's not even 9 o'clock yet. I'm here early. I'm trying to back the boat up into the garage and make more room in the shop. And these guys think, you know what? Dad's here early. Let's go on up and see if we can get us a little snack out of them. The horses, that means one horse and one donkey. Oh, she loves when I call her a horse. they have gathered up over there as well. Guys, I'm about to feed y'all. How about some alfalfa? How about some good old green hay? Would y'all like some good old green hay to start your day off? Well, guess what? I know where I can find a whole bunch of green hay that's still scattered along the ground, the floor, that I want to get moved out of the way anyway. Look at here. That's that one bale that busted open when we were moving them. And I'll just go ahead and feed that. I'm gonna go right out the back door here. All right, there's enough green hay for everybody who wants some. Tex is gonna try to be hard-headed and hold off for grains. And we're not doing grains right now, Mr. Tex. Everyone else is content with some green alfalfa hay. I'm gonna sweep this place out and get it ready to back my boat up in here. Guys, I'm running out of space. I know what you're all gonna say. You're gonna get on to me for not having the best of feed rooms here. And I'm working on it, okay? It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. But this garage is gonna end up being a little bit of everything for me. It's gonna be a place where I store my four-wheeler and lawnmower and my tractor. I'm gonna put my boat right over there along the back side of that. Park the tractor here in the door. I just have to make sure that I can leave room to access both doors, which is the hard part about this. See, before you start getting on to me, ask yourself that question, ladies. How many times have you rearranged furniture in your homes until you find the perfect fit? The only difference is I'm not rearranging furniture, I'm rearranging hay, feed bags, attachments to tractors, farm accessories. See, we ain't so different after all, are we? Huh? We are not so different after all. This big old mess here was created the day they brought the hay over, and we had to unload that fella's trailer. We lost a lot of loose hay that day. So I'm gonna go ahead and sweep it out and then blow it out and get the barn all, well, the barn, this is more of the garage. I really need to come up with a system of how I'm going to name the different buildings here. I like calling the big building the shop. I really do. I like calling that building the shop. But this over here has turned in more of a barn. Not so much the cow barn, but it's just the barn. I mean, you got hay, you got tractors, you got all kinds of stuff that is reminiscent of a barn. So I need to call this the barn. It rolls off the tongue easier as a barn. But if this is a barn, what do I call that building? What's that gonna be called? All right, with quite the extensive sweeping / blowing project, I have got the barn cleaned out for the most part. I'm gonna try to back the boat up. I need to keep the boat, if I can, no closer than this garage door opening back over this way, because I can always unload and remove the hay, the square bales of hay from the front side, like out this door or out this door. But I need to make room and leave for my tractor to drive through there if I have to. So it's quite, well, it reminds me of that game of Tetris. If you've ever played Tetris, you have to line up shapes and make everything fit. Spatial reasoning, friends. It's spatial reasoning. And I'm pretty darn good at it. The thing about a boat is, even though you always can't back it up exactly where you want it, a boat comes with a special hitch. Let me show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to lower down the hitch to where now I'm actually sitting on the wheel. And then I'm going to break this free if I can. Maybe I can't break that free. So I'm going to raise this up a little bit to where now, look, the boat is independent from the tractor. Now watch this. You can take and move your boat around by hand using that little front wheelie right there. That helps a whole lot get it straight. Look at here. Remember what my plan was, my goal? Remember how my goal was to make sure I have enough room for my tractor here? And look, I can still back it up quite a bit more. And I actually still have room on all sides of my boat to get around. So I'm gonna move the boat a little bit further by hand, just a little bit more that way, a little bit more that way, to give me more room to get inside the door here. And then I wanna show you this cool setup here. To save even more space, looky here. You can move that out of the way. Move that out of the way, and now you have even another couple of feet to maneuver here in the front without bumping your knees on that there. Well, hello, white kitty. Hi, sweetie. My hands are sweaty and I can't press the stop button. I really like this look over here. I still have room to walk down alongside the square bales of hay if I need to. I'm able to walk along over through here, and there's still plenty of room to get my tractor out of the big garage door. If I want to come back to get to any of my extra lumber that I have stacked, I still have room to do that. The only thing you're probably wondering is like, Lester, wait, what about those round rolls of hay? What about when you need those round rolls of hay? I won't need those for quite a while. They're going to be in here for a while. If you remember, I stacked these rolls of hay over here outside of the barn because I did not have enough pallets to set them on top. So I'll be feeding those rolls of hay first, and that's going to give me at least a couple of months of hay. So, and that's in the wintertime. So I have until at least December or January before I ever have to worry about using these. And by then I'll have all the square bales used, and all I have to do is simply take the boat and pull it out of the way a little bit by hand. You just take it and pull it by hand, and I go right up in there and get me a roll of hay, and I'm good. Well, guys, that right there is really neat what I just done. I am proud of myself, and I think that many of y'all would be proud of me too. So look how excited everybody is about going over to the other pasture. I never thought this would become a part of my daily routine. And I can't say for a fact that it will stay a part of the routine once we start getting rain and our grass starts growing again. But it is just such a comfort to know that we have the pasture here available, the wooded pasture available. Look, there's a squirrel. Cute. And the cows enjoy spending time here. Watch how much smoother it goes without the horses being here. All right, let's go. Come on. Look. Come on. Come on over. So what I did was I fed the horses and the donkey up behind the barn so they wouldn't know anything's going on. I only want to get the cows across, not the horse and donkey, because a horse and donkey can be very naughty, as you guys saw in one of Jamie's recent videos. They seem to be able to find their way out of the pasture. And I don't want to have to deal with chasing down horse and donkey. Come on, guys, let's go. Let's all make our way across. There we go. Pearl, there's no need to be rude. Come on, Jolene. There you go. All right, you guys have a fun day. Y'all have a fun day doing what y'all do. All right, so I've just got the last coat of stain on my third and final loafing shed. I'll be putting that metal up as soon as the weather cools off a little bit. I'm excited to let you guys know that the sky has turned quite overcast, which is awesome. I have all of my helpers here who've been right there to lend me moral support. And unlike the disaster that was that shed, this one here, I was able to find a little bit more level ground to set it on. So it's gonna actually look decent. Do not think for a minute that I have not considered just tearing that thing down. Oh, what are you gonna do? I noticed it was unusually quiet. So I had a little walk out and I found the goats along the fence line here. This is Mr. Pete's fence line. There's his home up in the distance. But then look to the right. I spotted something through the woods. And if you can see, Tex and Santana, along with Pearl, Gracie, Santoro, and Jolene are all laid up there in the woods. So everybody's come over to this side of the property to have a bite to eat and a nice afternoon nap, which is really awesome. Well, what have we here? It looks like Tex and his family have all walked up to get a little bit of water, which is cute. Our ostriches are still in the sprinklers, but all these, the babies are like, hey, we're thirsty. We're thirsty. The goats have come up to eat the rest of the leftover ostrich food. What's wrong? Y'all got thirsty out there? Y'all got too thirsty in them woods? Y'all are thirsty? Tex, y'all can come in too. Don't forget that Tex and Carl have spent time together, y'all. Don't forget that Tex and Carl have spent time together for a while. And, oh, as a matter of fact, Carl and Debbie were there the day we were trying to load Tex. You guys remember that? And so we have no worries of the longhorns messing around with the ostriches. That's not going to happen. Carl is on high alert. He's not letting anybody come close to his babies. I don't know why, but I don't trust him one bit over there near my loafing shed. I don't trust him one bit. I trust all these guys, they're fine. But I don't trust him. What's in his horn? What's he got on his horn? Who you trying to impress? He's like, Santana, come here, sweetheart.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.